Jordan, tell me a bit more. Why aren't you playing soccer instead what you are doing? Tell me, what is fascinating?
Just sort of like to think of my job in programming as some sort of like hobby like soccer. Like I really enjoy it and it's really fun as well as, and I get to do a lot of fun things with it as well.
And you are 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when did you start?
I started when I was 9. I used to play an online game and I saw that some of the users of the game were making websites about this game, like posting the latest news and information. And I thought this would be again a fun hobby to do. And so I went to a shop and bought a book on programming and then I sort of started from there.
Tell me a bit more, Jordan, for you're touching upon all the positive parts and your experiences.
Yeah.
Are there also negative parts? What would you advise youngsters, and talking about the very young kids, so 5 years, 6 years old, when do you start in just using all this stuff?
Yeah, as well as positive, there are a few negative, but I think there's more positive than negative. But I would sort of recommend like kids around 5, 6, 7 to start them, but I would like have moderation by the parents. Just like because there's again like a lot of great things on the internet for learning and games to play. And like, yeah, so I'd let the parents moderate then, because like it's going to be the future and it's best to start like young. But I would think when you're maybe like 8, 9 or 10 that you could start doing things by yourself. So you could be like prepared for when like everything will be sort of internet powered.
Yeah. So it's talking about awareness as well for parents, as well for kids.
Yeah.
And do you think that schools should do more, and how are you thinking of educating the parents, or is there another way to give them a wake-up call? Please take an eye on your kids when they are 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, I think the school do like a lot of things to sort of again help prevent the sort of negative parts of the internet, but they also do a lot of things to help you get started. Like, and they also, I'm also trying to get schools to teach programming as well as just going on the internet, because like programming is again the future, and like especially in here in Ireland we have a lot of vacant jobs in programming, but that are not being filled because not a lot of kids or people are taking those kind of college courses and going down those routes. And I think if kids know these things again at a young age, that they will be interested and will go down that sort of like road and go take those jobs.
Talking about boys and girls, for you are rightly saying kids, but the girls are as good or as bad as the boys, yeah?
Yeah, I think they're very, very similar. It's for a while it's been seen as just a lot of more boys, but like I think that's sort of changing. I think there's a lot of girls coming into the tech industry and using the internet now, and I think it's sort of balanced now.
Just jumping to your entrepreneurship. For you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business. And how is that going? And who is signing the contract?
Yeah, the company, my company, Casey Games, it's going really well. We're getting ready to launch games really, really soon. And we've already launched 3. But my
13-year-old and 3 launches. Excellent.
Yeah, so because I'm under 18 and we have like a proper incorporated business, my parents have to sign the contracts for me, and they have to be the directors of the company because I'm too young. So when I'm 18, I'd probably be able to do that.
Get rid of them. Only for signing, yeah. And you are just showing the paper and telling your dad and mom here to sign?
Yeah, I do that, but like both my parents are accountants, so they sort of...
They know a bit.
Yeah, they do a lot of the contract things, but like I still have a look at it and see if like sort of the descriptions are right and things like that.
Yeah. You have a partner in the business?
Yeah, I have
a partner.
Yeah, I have a staff member who lives in England, and he's sort of my artist, so he helps me like design the games and the graphics, and so.
How did you find him?
I found him online because when I was doing the websites about the game, he was also doing it, and we sort of like became friends through the internet, and like we both work in our bedrooms, so like we do like a Skype conversation to do what we're doing, and like we can use this software that allows each other to see what we're doing on the computer, and so yeah, that's really fun, and like we get a lot of work done. It's sort of, it's very similar to just being with that person as well.
And tell me a bit more, how can you combine it with your school? For you still are at school.
Yeah, I do still go to school. Like my school are very supportive of what I do, but I do have to miss a lot through going to conferences and things like that. So what I do is I do an after-school study course when I'm back in school to catch up on homework, and I study for exams that I might have missed, and then I sort of get all the work done, and then I can still sort of keep up with the class and still get work on my business done. And yeah, I do like a lot of activities with the school, and like I represent them at a lot of competitions. And, yeah.
You are a nerd, but not a dull nerd. You are a challenging one. You are also playing soccer.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is the biggest challenge in your functioning as an entrepreneur?
I think with adults and like kids, that they're seen to not really take it that seriously, and it's sort of like a game to them. And like, for example, like if I go to an investor, he probably wouldn't be as sort of interested to get in because I'm just a kid. So like sometimes people wouldn't take you seriously. So that's what I think one of the challenges is. But obviously it's becoming a lot more different now, and like they are starting to take kids seriously because of technology and like how easy it is. Like all the major tech companies probably have been started by young people, like Twitter and Facebook and things like that.
Yeah. So in a way, you are just saying, please don't take the age, but take the competences that are at stake.
Yeah.
How, if you were a banker, how would you interview an entrepreneur like you?
I'd say I just interviewed them the way they interview everyone, because like it does, again, like it doesn't have to do with your age. It has to do with the quality of your company.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you have a business model.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is your dream?
My dream is to probably go to a place like London.
Yeah.
Because like London has a really great startup culture, and there's a lot of people you can meet, network, and but yeah, even if this company doesn't go well, I definitely still want to stick with it. And like if they don't keep going well, I don't want to just settle down. I want to keep going and keep building companies.
So you will stay in Europe?
Yeah, I definitely stay in Europe as well.
That's great. But why? That is.
Just like I just really like the sort of like culture, and like London is a really, really amazing city as well, and the help there as well. Like there's a lot of help for like companies want to start up or like getting investment. And, yeah.
And what would you say to your generation? For there is a lot of youth unemployment. A lot of people don't have a job, and it's difficult to find. What would be your advice? Start your own business?
Yeah, definitely. Like, if you would like to do something like that and you're a bit skeptical, I would say definitely start it. And another thing I would say is definitely start as young as possible, because I think of me starting young as getting a head start towards the kids my age who will be starting in like 10 years. Yeah. Like in 10 years, I'll be 23 and I already have 10 years experience of what it's like to work in a business and to run a business as well. So if you're thinking of starting a business and you're, I would recommend do it. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah. Do you have a hero, a rock star?
Yeah, there's like one man who sort of like inspired me to start, and his name is Marcus Persson. He lives in Sweden. He founded a company called Mojang, and he created this game called Minecraft just on his own. And he created this like 4 years ago, and now it's one of the biggest games ever. And like it's making like so much, like it's selling so many times, and like they have a huge business now. And that's what I'd like to be at. Like I started small, and I want to sort of grow up to be big.
I wish you a lot of success, and I think you're doing a great job, and you are my hero.
Oh, thank you.